One hidden page of rules loads before your question even arrives. Every chatbot reads it silently on every single turn. You never typed it. You'll never see it. But it decides who answers you. Here's the twist. The bot's personality, its refusals, its blind spots. You assume those come from your wording. They mostly don't. They're set on this page before you ever hit send. Change your phrasing all you like. The page shaping every answer never moves. So what's actually on it? Start with what this page actually is. Every chat you have is really one long transcript the model reads top to bottom. Your message isn't first. Ahead of it sits a block of text the company wrote, the system prompt. Think of it as the model's standing orders versus your one-off request. You ask, summarize this email. That's a single errand. The system prompt is the job description that was already taped to the desk. How to behave, what to refuse, how to sound. And it isn't just earlier in the transcript. It's flagged as a higher priority role. The model is trained to treat the system role as instructions from its operator, and your role as the customer it's serving. Same words, different authority. So when a bot feels weirdly consistent across 1,000 strangers, that consistency isn't luck. Everyone is talking to the same standing orders. Those orders come in layers. There are broadly 5s. First layer, who is this thing even supposed to be? Rule 1, identities. The very first job of the page is to tell the model who it is. A line like "You are Claude" made by Anthropic. You are an AI assistant. Plain but load bearings. Before a single word reaches you, the model has already been handed a name, a maker, and a role. That one sentence quietly sets the whole tone. A bot told it's a warm, patient tutor answers the same question differently from one told it's a blunt engineering assistant. It also fixes the honesty floor. Being told it's an AI is what stops it, most of the time, from claiming to be a human on the other end. Identity first on purpose. You can't set boundaries or a style for a thing until you've decided what the thing is. Persona comes before politeness. So the page names the character. Now, what's this character absolutely not allowed to do? Rule 2, safety and refusals. This is the boundary layer, the list of things the bot won't help with no matter how nicely you ask. Building weapons. Instructions that could get someone hurt. Help with clearly illegal acts. Content around self-harm. It's spelled out here up front in the model's own instructions. And this explains something people find maddening. Ever notice a refusal that feels canned? Same stiff apology, same "I can't help with that." That flatness isn't the model reacting to your exact sentence. It's tracing back to this page. You rephrase, you push, you try a clever angle, and you keep hitting the same wall because the wall was poured before your message arrived. The refusal has a source, and the source isn't your phrasing. Which raises the obvious complaint, the one everybody types eventually. If it's just text on a page, can't I just tell the bot to ignore it? Hold that thought. First, the quieter rules, the ones that shape every answer you actually do get. Rules 3 and 4 are the quiet ones, you feel them without noticing. Rule 3, formatting and style. How long should answers run? Bullet points or flowing paragraphs? Formal or casual? Use headers or just talk? A lot of the vibe of this bot lives in a few plain sentences here. That's why one assistant loves tidy numbered lists and another writes like a chatty email. Not personality, just orders. Rule 4, capabilities and limits. This is the honesty section. It tells the model which tools it's allowed to reach for, search the web, run code, look at an image. And just as important, what to admit it can't do. It's where the model's knowledge cutoff gets named, so it knows there's a wall in time past which it's guessing. It's told to say "I don't have that" instead of inventing. When a bot cleanly says "I can't browse right now," that humility was assigned, not discovered. Style and honesty both handed down. But there's one more layer, and unlike these 4, it's rewritten every single turn. Rule 5, current context. The first 4 rules are mostly fixed, written once, shipped to everyone. This one is different. It's injected fresh every single turn. Today's date. Your rough location or language. Small session facts about who's asking. The model has no clock and no calendar of its own, so the page hands it the present each time you hit send. And this is the answer to a mystery you've probably lived. Ask the exact same question on 2 different days or from 2 different accounts and get 2 different answers. Spooky. No. The context block quietly changed underneath you. A question about the latest anything depends entirely on what date got pasted in up top. Same model, same wording, different preface, different reply. So that's the full page: identity, safety, formatting, capabilities, context. 5 rules. Which brings us back to the complaint everyone's been holding. It's just text. Why can't I overrule it? So you type it, ignore all previous instructions. And usually, nothing. The bot politely carries on being itself. Here's why. Remember the priority tag from the start. The system role outranks the user role by design. To the model, your "ignore your rules" is just another user message. Lower authority than the page it was trained to obey first. You're a customer asking the employee to tear up the employee handbook. Sometimes clever wording does slip through. That's a real studied weakness. But the default is that the page wins, and it wins on purpose. Now the uncomfortable parts. That ranking is a choice the company made. They decided their instructions sit above yours, so a bot stays safe and on brand with strangers, even when a user actively wants otherwise. Useful when it's blocking genuinely harmful requests. Less comfortable when you realize the same lever controls what a bot will discuss, how it hedges, which way it leans. It's a real trade between trust and control, and they hold the pen. You're renting the assistant. They wrote its orders. Step back and the whole page snaps into focus. 5 rules, 1 hidden preface. Identity says who the bot is. Safety says what it won't touch. Formatting says how it sounds. Capabilities says what it can and can't do. Context says when and where you're asking. All of it loaded silently before your words even land. Once you can see that page, even though you never actually see it, the bot stops feeling like a mind and starts reading like a role. A refusal isn't the AI judging you, it's a line from the safety layer. A weird tonal shift isn't a mood, it's the formatting rule. A stale answer isn't stupidity, it's the context block. You were never talking to a blank slate. You're talking to a model that was already told in detail exactly who to be. So the page you never see is doing half the talking. Next time a bot surprises you, ask what the preface probably said. And if the system prompt outranks you by design, what happens when someone hides their own orders inside your message? That's prompt injection, and it's the next crack we open.